Om Shri Krishnaya Paramatmane Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Pathanjali Yoga Sutram. Sutrams 30 to 40. Sutram 30. Ahimsa, Satya, Asteya, Brahmacharya, Aparigraha, Yamaha. The 5 external disciplines are not harming, truthfulness, not stealing, celibacy, and not being acquisitive. A man who wants to be a perfect yogi must give up the sex idea. The soul has no sex. Why should it degrade itself with sex ideas? Later, we shall understand better why these ideas must be given up. Receiving is just as bad as stealing. Receiving gifts from others. Whoever receives gifts, his mind is acted upon by the mind of the giver, so that the man who receives gifts becomes degenerated. Receiving gifts destroys the independence of the mind and makes us mere slaves. Therefore, receive nothing. Sutram 31. Yate jati desha kala samaya anavaschinnaha Sarvabhauma Mahavratham. These unbroken by time, place, purpose, and caste are universally acclaimed great vows. These practices, non-killing, non-stealing, chastity, and non-receiving, are to be practiced by every man, woman, and child, by every soul, irrespective of nation, country, or position. Sutram 32. Saucha, Santosha, Tapha, Swadhyaya, Ishvara, Pranidhanani, Niyamaha. Internal and external purification, contentment, mortification, study and worship of God are the niyamas. External purification is keeping the body pure. A dirty man will never become a yogi. There must be internal purification also. That is obtained by the first named virtues. Of course, internal purity is of greater value than the external purity, but both are necessary, and external purity without internal is of no good. Sutram 33. Vitarka Badane Pratipaksha Bhavanam. To abstract thoughts which are inimical to yoga, contrary thoughts will be brought. This is the way to practice all these virtues that have been stated, by holding thoughts of an opposite character in the mind. When the idea of stealing comes, non-stealing should be thought of. When the idea of receiving gifts comes, replace it by a contrary thought. Sutram 34. Vitarka, Himsa, Adayaha, Krita, Karita, Anumodita, Lobha, Krodha, Moha, Purvaka, Mrudhumadhyadhimatra, Dukkha, Ajnana Ananta Phala iti Pratipaksha Bhavanam. The obstructions to yoga are killing, etc., whether committed, caused, or approved, either through awareness or anger or ignorance, whether slight, middling, or great, and result is innumerable ignorances and miseries. This is the method of thinking the contrary. If I tell a lie, or cause another to tell a lie, or approve of another doing so, it is equally sinful. If it is a very mild lie, it is still a lie. Every vicious thought will rebound. Every thought of hatred which you have thought in a cave even is stored up and will one day come back to you with tremendous power in the form of some misery here. If you project all sorts of hatred and jealousy, they will rebound on you with compound interest. No power can avoid them. When once you have put them in motion, you will have to bear them. Remembering this will prevent you from doing wicked things. Sutram 35. Ahimsa Pradishtayam Tat Sannidhau Vairatyagaha. Non-killing being established in his presence, all enmities cease in others. If a man gets the idea of non-injuring others, before him even animals which are by their nature ferocious will become peaceful. The tiger and the lamb will play together before that yogi and will not hurt each other. When you have come to that state, then alone you will understand that you have become firmly established in ahimsa or non-injuring. Sutra 36. Satya Pradishtayam Kriya Phala Asrayatvam. By the establishment of truthfulness, the yogi gets the power of attaining for himself and others the fruits of work without the works. When this power of truth will be established with you, then even in dream you will never tell an untruth in thought, word, or deed. Whatever you say will be the truth. You may say to a man, "Be blessed," and that man will be blessed. If a man is deceased and you say to him, "Be thou cured," he will be cured immediately. Sutram 37. Asteya Pradishtayam Sarvaratna Upasthanam. By the establishment of non-stealing, all wealth comes to the yogi. The more you fly from nature, the more she follows you. And if you do not care for her at all, she becomes your slave. Sutram 38. Brahmascharya Pradishtayam Vaira Labha. The chaste brain has tremendous energy, gigantic willpower. Without that, there can be no mental strength. All men of gigantic brains are very content. It gives wonderful control over mankind. Leaders of men have been very content, and this is what gave them power. Therefore, the yogi must be content. Sutram 39. Aparigraha Stairye Janma Katanta Sambodha. When he is fixed in non-receiving, he gets the memory of past life. When the yogi does not receive presence from others, he does not become beholden to others, but becomes independent and free, and his mind becomes pure. Because with every gift he receives, all the evils of the giver and they come and lay, coating after coating on his mind until it is hidden under all sorts of coverings of evil. If he does not receive, the mind becomes pure, and the first thing it gets is memory of past life. Then alone the yogi becomes perfectly fixed in his ideal, because he sees that he has been coming and going so many times, and he becomes determined that this time he will be free, that he will no more come and go and be the slave of nature. Sutram 40. Sauchat swanga juhupsa parair asat sargah. Internal and external cleanliness being established, arises disgust for one's own body and non-intercourse with other bodies. When there is real purification of the body, external and internal, there arises neglect of the body, and all this idea of keeping it nice will vanish. What others call the most beautiful face to the yogi will appear to be an animal's face if there is not intelligence behind it. What the world will call a very common face, he will call heavenly if that spirit shines behind it. This thirst after body is the great bane of human life. So, when this purity is established, the first sign will be that you do not care to think you are the body. It is only when purity comes that we get rid of this body idea. This completes sutras from 30 to 40. Pathanjali describes the tenets of Yama in these sutras. We will see sutras from 41 in coming episodes. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.